Hello everybody, welcome back to my art journaling channel. So today I'm working on a cutout page in my Square Dilutions journal. It's going to be a set of pages that work together, and you can see I'm just applying gesso to a couple of the pages, and one of them has some leftover paint on that was just left over from a previous project. So this is the February Dina Wakley release stencil called Pensive Face. And I'm just drawing through the stencil because I'm going to use this as the basis for my cutout. You can see that at the top I just altered the hairline just so that it would mean that there was less cutout, and it just supported the inside part of the face when these other bits were cut out. So then I'm just carefully using a craft knife and cutting carefully round these some of them tiny lines. You can see that I move the book around, I cut tiny bits at a time. It really is just like, you can do it if you just take your time. And I think, don't be afraid to just spend a bit longer trying and having a go, and smaller movements, and move your book around rather than trying to twist your hand into unfeasible positions. I think you'll be surprised what you can achieve if you give it a try. So just carefully cutting out this eye. Really didn't want to get any of this wrong because this is one of the main features really. But this is a really cool look when it's done. So then I'm just putting some tape down the side, and I'm just going to paint over the cutout part in black gesso. These were the pieces of underpaper that were underneath, which I'm going to use for something, I don't quite know what. Now then I had a bit of an epic fail and forgot to press record. So on the pink that was already on the background, I used these two stencils. They're both Dina Wakley one. One is this chevron stencil, and one is the new Marks stencil from the Dina Wakley February release. And then these three paints, you can see that I've used lemon, magenta and turquoise, and I've just added some stenciling onto that back page. So this is the one that's going to show through the cutout. You can see that I've overlapped the stenciling where I've done it, and there are little bits peeping through the face. So I'm sorry that I didn't record that bit. I couldn't believe it when I looked at my computer and it hadn't recorded. Oh, I don't know, I need to tie a knot in my arm or something so I don't forget. So really that was quite an easy background to create because the pink was already there because it was left over from a previous project. So then I'm using a white Posca pen, and I'm just going to do some botanical doodling just to kind of frame the face on the page, just fitting it around the space that's available, and I think it just adds a really nice detail and a really good contrast to the black. So I'm just kind of going with where I feel that this needs to go, trying to balance the page as well. So wherever you kind of feel there's a bit of a gap, unless you've got other plans for something you want to put in that gap. I knew I didn't want to put any journaling on this page, so these doodles fitted in really well. Then I'm just using an ordinary black writing pen. It's nothing special, and I'm just adding in some more lines onto those doodles. Okay, so then I'm using a white Signo Uniball, and I'm just doing some journaling on the back of the cutout page. This was quite a lengthy quote that I found, and I really liked it, so I just decided that I would write it on there. I'm just using capital letters. I'm not particularly worrying about what my handwriting looks like. It was more about just getting the words in the space. And then I'm just adding a few more details to these doodles on the front, some curly doodly lines and some dots. And they just help kind of frame it and soften the look. So this is really kind of showing you a way that you can use stencils, and you can use them to help you make a cutout page quite easily. So then this is one of my favourite letter stamp sets at the moment. It's a dark room door one, and it's called Alphabet Medley. And I love the way that it's a kind of jumble of letters. So here's the finished page, and you can see how it looks opened and closed, and there's again the stamp set. These are the underpapers, which will come in useful, so sometimes you can get extra things to use in another project. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you do create a page like this, don't forget to tag me on Instagram or Facebook. Thanks for watching.